Hello viewers, you are welcome to Corrosive Online Tutorials where complex topics are made simple and easy for you to understand. In today's video, I want to talk about ecology. So what is ecology? Now, ecology is a branch of biology that studies the interaction between living things and their environment. Okay? It studies the interaction. So I can say ecology is the branch of biology, is the branch of biology that study the interaction. It study the interaction between living things, which includes plants and animals. So living things and their environment also. Environment. Okay, so it's very important, very important. So ecology is the study or is the branch of biology that study the interaction between living things, which is plants and animals, and their environment. Okay, and when we study ecology, it has two major type. Okay, so there are two types of ecology. So you have the horticology, and you have the syncology. You have the horticology and you have the syncology. Now, what is horticology and what is syncology? Now, horticology is the study of the interactions between organisms of the same species in an environment. Here, we study the interaction of organisms of the same species in the environment. While here, we study the interaction of organisms of different species. So here, we talk about the study of the same species. Same species. Here, we talk about different species. Now, for example, the study of tadpoles in water, tadpoles of the same species, or just tadpoles all through. Or here, you're talking about can be rubber plantation plus other animals involved. This is different species. But here, when you're studying a particular type of organism, we can say that is horticology, the study of organism, the interaction of organisms of the same species. And this study in biology is called population. So population is the study of the interactions of organisms of the same species. While the study here is called community. So community is the study of the interaction of organisms of different species. Okay, so we can say here that horticology is the study of population because population study organisms of the same species in an environment. I hope that is understood. Now, let's talk about the basic terms we use to explain ecology. Okay, so we say ecological terms. So we have some ecological terms that these terms are used to explain the word ecology. There are some ecological terms that we use to explain the word ecology. So I want to talk about ecological terms. Okay. Now the first one I will deal with, number one is environment. Number two is biosphere. Number three is habitat. Number four is population. Number five is community. Number six is ecological niche. Okay, now let's begin with the first one, environment. Now, the environment consists of the surrounding. Okay, the environment, it consists of the total surrounding, okay, where the organism dwells. Okay, and this environment, the environment contain two major factors. The environment contains two major factors. The environment contains the biotic factor and the abiotic factor. The environment contains the biotic factor and the abiotic factors. Now, example of the biotic factors are plants and animals. You have plants and you have animals. These are examples of the biotic factors. While examples of the abiotic factor, you have water, you have temperature, you have sunlight, etc. All these are what? The abiotic factors in the environment. Now, the next ecological terms we want to consider is the biosphere. Okay, the biosphere. As the name suggests, the word biosphere has to do with where life exists. So it's a larger part of the environment where life exists, the word biosphere. And the biosphere, as we say, consists of different geographical regions with a peculiar characteristics. And this different geographical region with different characteristics is called biomes. Is called biomes. An example of biomes, e.g., example of biomes could be ocean, savanna, forest, desert. These are different biomes that are present in the biosphere. Now, the biosphere is also divided into three spheres. The biosphere is broken down into three spheres. You have the lithosphere, you have the atmosphere, and you have the hydrosphere. Now, the lithosphere has to do with the solid parts of the biosphere, that is the land, terrestrial. It has to do with the terrestrial portion where you have land, like rocks, mountains, okay? Terrestrial. That is the lithosphere. Now, the atmosphere has to do with the sky. It has to do with the sky. And when you talk about the atmosphere, there are four layers. As you go up, there are four layers. So, under the atmosphere, there are four layers. The first layer is the troposphere. You have the troposphere. The first and the lowest layer of the atmosphere is called the troposphere. Now, the second layer is called the stratosphere. The second layer is called the stratosphere. The third layer is called the mesosphere. It's called the mesosphere. And the fourth layer is called the thermosphere. Of these layers, the stratosphere is very significant because the stratosphere contains the ozone layer. Okay, the ozone layer is located in the second layer, which is the stratosphere. And the work of the ozone layer is to prevent or absorb UV light, ultraviolet light, UV light from the sun from reaching us, because it might be dangerous, or it might cause a lot of damage when that light comes to the earth. So the ozone track or absorb the UV light, and the ozone is located in the stratosphere. Now, the next ecological terms I want to explain is the habitat. I will not say much about the habitat. You watch my video on habitat. I did an extensive explanation on the habitat. So watch my video on the habitat, you will see what I explained about the habitat. And the next one is population. Also, the population, like I said before, earlier, that the population is the study of organisms, the interaction of organisms of different species in an environment. That is population. And community is the study of organisms of different species interacting in an environment. Now, let me just talk about this one a little bit. Ecological niche. That is the place where you find the organism within an habitat, the functional place where it functions. Okay, for example, now you can have a tree. Two organisms can live in a tree, but in different ecological niche. One might live in the leaf, one might live in the trunk. Okay, so the ecological niche is just a place where you find the organism where the organism is functional. Okay, so in my next video I will be expanding more on each of these terms I have listed. So until then, thank you for now.